Alright, well, here I am. I'm outside under my newly under-the-deck constructed sort of foundry space that I've made. I'll show you in a second. And today I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and try to melt some aluminum cans down into ingots that I can use later for some other projects I have in mind. Kind of interesting, the very first video I posted on my YouTube channel was melting a chunk of aluminum with a torch, and here I am, kind of upgraded things a little bit. Let me get the camera turned around and I'll show you what I got going on. Alright, so maybe you can kind of tell I'm here under my deck, and I've got my setup right here where I've got a box with some sand in it, just in case there's any spills or whatever, I can kind of contain them. And I'm set up to pour into the standard sort of muffin tin. I've got a bucket full of aluminum cans, and actually there's another bag over there full of cans. I'm sure those will melt down a lot. We'll see how much. I've got my little King of Random forge made with plaster of Paris and sand. Kind of worked okay. The had a lid that crumbled on me, so I'm just using these fire bricks now for a lid. And of course it's powered by a hairdryer. We'll see how well that works this time. It worked pretty well last time for melting brass. I've still got a video I have to do about that. Got my homemade tongs here for lifting the crucible. Obviously you need to get those a way to stand up on their own. Some safety equipment, including a leather I don't know what you call it, I guess, apron, and then of course face shield and some good gloves. So, oh, I almost forgot to show you the where we're standing here. I put up just sort of under deck. It's very rough, I know. It's got all this weird framing and stuff, but I just grabbed some corrugated plastic panels and put them up under the deck here. It's kind of an unused space, so good little shelter from the rain. We've even got a little cantilever here where the upper part of the house, the upper stories of the house, stick out over the basement here where I am, right outside actually my new office. Anyway, that's been doing a good job keeping the rain off. It is a little bit of rain in the area, but I think I should be pretty safe down here. I was out here the other night when it was raining and things were fine, so I'm going to get set up and get going. I don't know how much video I'll get of the actual event, since I'm going to be trying to pay attention to what I'm doing rather than recording, but maybe I'll get some. always like to sort of, at least I want to start trying to end with a kind of lessons learned. First of all, it's a lot of work for only a little aluminum. We'll see just how little in a second. Second, the crucible size that I have is only good for when the cans are crushed like completely vertically. In other words, when what you wind up with is about the diameter of a soda can. If they get squished flat, it's hard to get them in there. You can just wait till they melt and push them down. But really, it would be better to squish them flat. We actually have a can crusher that I didn't bother to use on these. I would do that ahead of time. The charcoal forge actually worked pretty well. You get an enormous amount of soot. It seems to clean up okay out of the aluminum, but I guess we'll have to wait and see if that's still true when I go to use it. Other than that, yeah, it was kind of fun. I maybe could use a second person, and also the fire brick on top of the foundry didn't really work all that great. I had a better one, but it fell apart. It was just the plaster of Paris and sand mix from the King of Random. Again, I'll link up here or wherever. But overall, it worked pretty well. I went through only about half a bag of charcoal, not too bad. And let's go and see what we got. Okay, you can see the yield here. 1, 2, about 8, well, I'll call it 7. 2 of those are half. Muffin tin pans, more like 6.5, which is not much, but it's probably enough to do some simple casting. They're still wicked hot. I'm not touching or getting anywhere near those for a little while. So I don't know, call it good. Alright, well, that was fun. I certainly like the fact that it harkens back to the very first video I did where I pointed a map torch at a slug of aluminum. It was probably actually that same crucible. Kind of advanced a little bit from there, so you know, keep going, keep learning, keep making. Hope you found this entertaining, amusing, hopefully not horrifying, but whatever. I hope that you decide to go out there and get smarter and make stuff yourself. Catch you next time.